Good morning, everyone. Morning. My name is Connie, and I'm happy to be of service this morning. We hope our service this morning finds you happy and healthy. But know that if you are struggling, we hope that the Temple Buddhist Center can be a place of refuge for you and your family. Let's begin this morning with a few conscious breaths, taking a few moments to ground, to experience the body, and breathe together. Conscious breathing is where you seal the mouth. Breathe deeply through the nose and pause for a moment before releasing slowly so that the exhale is longer than the inhale. Let's begin. Breathing in, pausing just a moment, feeling the fullness of the lungs, checking in with the body, just being aware of what is present and alive in the body right now. A second conscious breath, pausing just a moment, ventilating this precious human form, then releasing slowly. As you release, see if you can release any worry, tension, concerns from the week, all the energy of doing and going, accomplishing. Just allow yourself a few moments to cultivate the energy of being, not doing. A third conscious breath together, releasing slowly. And as you release, taking time to invite into your awareness the present moment, fully arriving in the here and the now. Here at Temple Buddhist Center, we like to begin service with a chant. Chanting is an integral part of every tradition, and it's not about being a singer, it's about having a voice. And Victor will lead us.
So our chant this morning is Namo Amitabha Hamsa Hamsa. Namo Amitabha Hamsa Hamsa. And this chant honors and celebrates the Buddha of limitless light. Boundless, limitless light. And in the Sanskrit tradition, Hamsa simply means I am that. I am that. So we'll invite Ricky to tone us in. Together. Namo Amitabha Hamsa Hamsa. 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 Once more. Namo Amitabha Hamsa Hamsa.
Here at TBC, we practice Western Buddhism, a blend of Eastern philosophy and Western psychology. This new and exciting form of spirituality is dynamic, inclusive, active, and focuses on the core Buddhist insights: mindfulness, meditation, oneness, and the practical application in our daily life. Our goal here isn't to get everyone to agree on one lineage or philosophy. Rather, it's on cultivating a shared experience of mindfulness, oneness, and love. Whether we're chanting, meditating, or sharing from our heart, we respect that you'll participate only at the level that feels comfortable for you. We take refuge in the three jewels and acknowledge these core values as expressions of the awakened mind: the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. We value awareness of our own Buddha nature as well as the Buddha nature of all beings, allowing a new perspective of this and every precious moment. The second jewel, the Dharma, the truth teachings that release us from fear and delusion and help us to realize our true nature. And Sangha, our spiritual community, an essential part of growth where we practice the teachings together and to support each other along every step of the path. Let's take a moment now to silence any electronic devices and prepare for a meditative environment. Let us prepare now for the prayer of refuge. We'll recite this together 3 times. In Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, we go for refuge until fully awakened through the power of generosity, ethics, patience, enthusiastic effort, concentration, and wisdom. For the sake of all beings, may we realize and demonstrate our innate goodness. In Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, we go for refuge until fully awakened through the power of generosity, ethics, patience, enthusiastic effort, concentration, and wisdom. For the sake of all beings, may we realize and demonstrate our innate goodness. In Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, we go for refuge until fully awakened through the power of generosity, ethics, patience, enthusiastic effort, concentration, and wisdom. For the sake of all beings, may we realize and demonstrate our innate goodness. As we enter into a time of meditation, if you have an extensive practice, then I invite you to practice in a way that is fitting for you this morning. If you are new to meditation, then we will begin with an opening dedication, followed by the sound of the bell 3 times. There will be a brief guided meditation, and then we will spend 10 to 15 minutes in noble silence. Let's begin by breathing together. Conscious breath in. Body, speech, and mind in perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness, transcend the path of sorrow and anxiety, and realize the true nature of who they are.
And so as the sound of the bell recedes, guiding us, showing us the way into a deeper stillness, if there's anything that you need to do to assist the body, the form, in relaxing just a little more, how light, how gentle, how spacious can the form become? Perhaps another conscious breath or two, whatever you need to do. A shift of posture, a light stretch. And as the body becomes more gentle and easy, bring our attention to the breath, noticing the rise and the fall of the tummy. Let this be a reference point for us, because the breath is always in the present moment. And so connected to that natural flow, that natural rhythm of the breath, and the body is gentle, spacious, and light. We can turn our awareness now to awareness itself, noticing that when the mind becomes distracted by a sound, perhaps in the room or in the hallway, we just notice that the mind has gone there. Gently and lovingly return to the breath, the rise and the fall of the tummy. You might notice that the mind has become distracted by a sensation, like hot or cold, or perhaps an itch or a tummy rumble. When you notice the mind has gone there, lovingly return to the breath. You might notice that the mind has become distracted by a thought, or maybe even 2 or 3, 5 or 6. When you notice this, what a wonderful opportunity to return to presence, to return to the breath. A 100,000 times is not too many times to come back to the breath, to come back to the present moment. And so connected to the breath, the body is gentle and spacious. The mind is clear, yet receptive to whatever arises. And the heart is open. We can continue deepening our practice, going deeper into stillness. I close my eyes and I see clearly. I stop trying to listen and I hear truth. I am silent, yet my heart sings. I seek no contact and find union. I am still and move forward. I am gentle and need no strength. I am humble and remain whole, returning again and again to the breath, returning again and again home. And so at this time, I invite you to bring your awareness to the sense door of sound as you notice the sound of my voice or the sound of the air handlers. And as you become aware of this sense door, at the same time that you are noticing sound, can you keep 5% of your awareness on that which is silent and still within you, always with you? Next, I invite you to bring your awareness to the sense door of touch as you notice the feeling of your clothing upon your skin or the feeling of the chair or cushion beneath you. And as you become aware of matter and material and form, at the same time, can you keep 5% of your awareness on that which is formless, on the awareness itself? Next, I invite you to bring your awareness to the sense door of sight as you slowly begin to open your eyes, allowing in a little bit of light, not focusing hard on anything, just letting the images come to you. And as you begin to see things and objects, at the same time, can you also see the space around them? Sense the space in and through. Next, I invite you to bring your awareness to the sense door. Bring your awareness to the breath. As we take a conscious breath together, holding for a moment and releasing. And as you release, become present in the here and the now, in this time, in this place. So good morning, everyone. I almost went to another sense door, probably taste, at which point I'd have to pass out candy. And I didn't really come prepared for that, so good morning, everyone. It's very nice to be with you guys. And I want to say good morning to all of our Sangha members joining us from afar. We have folks joining us from all over the country and even some folks from different parts of the world these days through the magic of streaming and whatnot. And I also want to say thank you so much to all of the folks who joined us for the full moon meditation Friday night. And it was just truly a wonderful and magical experience. Thank you so much to Tiffany and VJ for all that they did to really create a very loving environment. It was wonderful. And for those of you that didn't have a chance to join us online or join us in person, we plan on trying to do this at least once a quarter. So try to have that available to you so that you can join it another time. Also, thank you to everybody who joined us for the Temple Buddhist Center day-long retreat yesterday. We had actually the most people we've ever had for a day-long retreat. So it's really nice to see our community growing and taking advantage of the opportunities for spiritual nourishment. So this morning, I wanted to start off and begin with a little story about a young monk who was roaming the desert, and he came across a spring of delicious, clear, pure water. And so he filled his little leather canteen and to take it back to his teacher back at the monastery. And so after about a 4-day journey, he made it back to the monastery, and he presented the water to his teacher there at the time. And the teacher took a deep drink, smiled at the monk very warmly, and thanked his student thanked him lavishly for this very sweet water. And then the young monk was very happy and departed and went back to his duties and to his meditation. And so shortly thereafter, another monk, the teacher let another young monk taste the water. And at that moment, the monk took a drink and just spat it out. And it was like, that was terrible. The water's gone stale in this leather canteen and tastes horrible. Master, why did you thank this monk for bringing you this water? And the teacher replied, you only tasted the water. I tasted the gift. The water was simply the container for an act of loving kindness, and nothing could be sweeter. And so today's talk, an attitude of gratitude. Gratitude throughout history has been praised as a virtue in almost every culture, throughout every continent, throughout the ages. And it is one of the core elements, of course, both ancient and modern. Prophets have recognized and taught the importance of gratitude. In addition, it is the focus of many ceremonies, rituals, holidays all around the world. It's also an important and core factor or element in most of the great traditions and religions. For example, in Judaism, according to the Hebrew belief, all things come from God. Consequently, gratitude is fundamental to the following of Judaism. And the idea of thankfulness fills the Hebrew scriptures. In Islam, in the Quran itself is packed with the idea of gratitude. Accordingly, Islam encourages its followers to be grateful and express thanks to God in all circumstances. And because of this, many practices of the Islamic faith also promote this idea of gratitude. The same for Hinduism, the world's oldest religion, according to many scholars, with roots and customs dating back more than 4,000 years. Gratitude holds a very high place in the Hindu tradition. The same with Christianity. Gratitude has been said to mold and to shape the entire Christian way of life. The Bible has over 66 verses in it about gratitude. In our practice, in the Buddhist practice, Buddhism teaches all of its followers to be grateful at all times. In other words, the purpose is to cultivate gratitude as a habit or an attitude of mind. And this gratitude of mind is not dependent on external circumstances. And so, also in our practice, in the Buddhist practice, reflection is a very important part of mindfulness. It's an important part of mindful meditation and a cultivation of a sense of self-awareness. And so I would like to invite everybody here right now, and also all of our Sangha members joining us from afar, to go along with me here for a few moments as we move into an experiential reflection on gratitude. So it is customary to signify a change of a moment or a transition by shifting your posture or the body. So you might want to take a moment to take a conscious breath or shift your posture. Perhaps close your eyes and go within as we take a moment to experientially work with a reflection on gratitude. So let's begin with a conscious breath. Holding that breath for just a moment, ventilating this precious human form, and releasing slowly. And as you release, I invite you to settle in, relax, and let your awareness move to this immediate environment, the here and the now. All the things that you can feel or touch, sense of smell, sense of taste, the ability to hear, the ability to see. And as you are aware of these senses, recite silently to yourself this phrase, "For this I am grateful." Next, bring your mind to those people in your life to whom you are close, perhaps friends, family members, or a significant other, someone who helps you to understand and embody this idea of love and acceptance. And as you bring this person or these people to mind, say to yourself, "For this I am grateful." Next, I invite you to turn your attention onto yourself, a unique individual blessed with imagination, the ability to communicate, to learn from the past, to be able to plan for the future, to overcome pain. And as you contemplate and reflect upon this form, this being, say to yourself, "For this I am grateful." Next, I invite you to bring to mind difficulties you have experienced. Perhaps the annoying neighbor or co-worker. Bring into mind sadness, anxiety, anger, shame, all the things that have brought with them a trove of opportunities for awakening. And we say to ourselves, "For this I am grateful." Let's take a conscious breath together. And releasing. Let's talk about that last one. Grateful for sadness, anxiety, anger, difficulties. What's wrong with Victor? In our practice, you've oftentimes heard the term in the Buddhist practice that from the muck grows the lotus. We don't want to block the joys and the happiness, as one of my friends puts it, the sunshine and the tacos. Those are wonderful. But it is the suffering in our lives that wakes us up. In our practice, when we learn to open our hearts and to receive each moment, as the Buddha put it, you have cause for nothing but gratitude and joy. A short, tiny phrase with an incredibly deep meaning. Being born into this human form in which we get to experience the 10,000 joys and the 10,000 sorrows. In our practice, we open and we learn to transform our understanding of what is present in this moment. And as we begin to have a new relationship with this moment, things begin to shift. There is a transformation. There is an awakening. Suddenly, difficulties become our best teacher for persistence. It is only through those difficulties that I have learned persistence. And it is the annoying neighbor or co-worker that has taught me equanimity, that steadfastness, and to be able to meet people where they are, not wishing them to be different than they are. Disappointment has taught me courage. I like the little saying that you see on t-shirts and things everywhere that says, courage does not always roar. Sometimes it is that little tiny voice late at night that says, tomorrow I will try again. The beautiful lessons of sadness. Sadness has taught me the depth to which this form can feel. Yes. And to the extent we love, we hurt. And so it has taught us the deeper meaning of love. Guilt. What a fabulous teacher guilt is. Guilt has taught me that I'm living my life in other people's expectations of what I should do or who I should be. Thank you. Nothing but gratitude. Shame. Shame has taught me that I have been internalizing other people's beliefs about who I am, and that I need to reconnect with myself. I need to become my own best friend. Anxiety. Thank you. Thank you, anxiety. Anxiety has shown me that I need to wake up right here, right now, because I've been spending too much time in the future or the past. The Buddha said there's only 2 days a year that are completely worthless, yesterday and tomorrow. And what fabulous lessons has anger brought? Anger has taught me what I am passionate about, where my boundaries are. And through our practice, we are able to transform these visitors, these teachers, into conscious response. Oh, sure, there's been reactivity to all of these. And wow, what amazing problems those have caused for me and the people in my life. But they were necessary, weren't they? How did we know they were necessary? Because they happened. Instead of wanting things to be different than the way they are and trying to make the past better, and trying to recreate in our heads what the future is going to be, my teacher would always say there's always 3 events. The one that you spend trying to figure out that's going to happen, the one that actually happens, and then the one that you mull over in your mind for the next 4 months. They're all different. When we learn to be present, when we learn to be here and now, our hearts open, and our consciousness and our presence and our awareness helps us to then greet these teachers with open arms. And it helps to cultivate this observer. As Robert always tells us, be the knower, not that which is known. And so as we observe what has arisen, perhaps it is a resentment that shows up. In this place of presence, in this place of clarity, I can see resentment has arisen. And it teaches me that I am living in the past and not allowing the present to be as it is. I am seeing the world as I am instead of seeing the world as it is. This is the beautiful gift of our practice. This is the gift the Buddha shared with us 3,000 years ago of waking up. As Eckhart Tolle tells us, when you say I am angry, that's not accurate. Because who you really are can't be angry. It's not possible. Who you really are can't be sad. Who you really are cannot be anxious. But you can be aware of those things arising in the body, and you can be aware of the gift that they're bringing, the message that they are telling us. It's right there. Wake up. Bring the message home so that you can shine and be a light unto the world. I want to close with this little paragraph from Jack Kornfield in his book, The Wise Heart, one of my favorites. If we see the world as sacred, which is an expression of the spiritual life, then gratitude follows immediately and naturally. We have been given the extraordinary privilege of incarnating as a human being. And with this incarnation, we have the privilege of the lavender color sunset, the taste of tangerine in our mouth, the almost unbearable beauty of life around us, along with the smaller states of consciousness, fear, suffering, anxiety, anger. And we can bring a quality of love and appreciation for all of this gratitude for life. Because with that comes a kind of a trust, the Buddhist equivalent of faith, that everything is okay, that everyone is all right. As the poet Pablo Neruda put it, you can pick all of the flowers, but you cannot stop the spring. Life keeps recreating itself and presenting us with everyday miracles.
Just take a moment to embody the teachings before we move into our metta. loving kindness. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be safe from inner and outer dangers. May I be well in body and mind. And may I be at ease and happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be safe from inner and outer dangers. May you be well in body and mind. And may you be at ease and happy. In the true spirit of Dana, the Buddhist practice of generosity, temple services are given freely. In the same way, if you choose to give, please give with a generous heart, not in return for something you have received, but so others who may seek refuge in the Sangha may find it in this temple. The Dana boxes are located in the back of the room. Thank you to all of our wonderful volunteers, and thank you to our TBC ambassadors, for those who have committed to a regular electronic donations. It's not about the amount. The monthly giving helps us to set a budget here at TBC. If you would like to become an ambassador, just click the link on our website or text Unity Temple at 77977. Thank you, Victor, for sharing your wonderful talk on gratitude, and to Rochelle for your awesome, beautiful music. So let us now prepare to close our service with the Bodhicitta dedication. May the pure, brilliant sun of Bodhicitta dawn in each and every heart and mind, dispelling the darkness of suffering and confusion unstoppably, till all are illumined and awakened. With our hands together in front of our hearts, let us go forth from this place, entering each moment in innocence, guided by the wisdom of our hearts.
And as we open our hands, open our eyes, shine our light into the world.
Namaste.
Thank you, Connie.
Thank you, Victor.
If you have just a moment, we have a few announcements and a bunch of things happening right as you exit. I think Jim's here. Jim, are you? Or you might have gone. Oh, there you are. Thank you, Jim. Do you want to say a couple things at all about the Temple Green Team table?
Sure. Speaking of generosity and gratitude, this seems to be the season of giving, and if you want to give skillfully and intentionally, we have information about re-gifting, recycling, and being mindful about the donations you make. So please help yourself anything on that table. Thanks.
Thank you, Jim. And Jim's got a flyer out there for you guys as well that offers a number of wonderful organizations around our city that you could gift to in someone's name. What a great way to provide a gift this holiday season, as opposed to a thing you're giving, this beautiful gift of helping some of these organizations continue their work in the name of someone else. So thank you, Jim, so much for all that you do for the temple. There's a blood drive today going on downstairs. So if you are interested in donating blood, again, another amazing and a beautiful heartfelt gift to give. That blood drive is going on until, I believe, 12:30. And today at 1 p.m. in Classroom C is our very first Wake Up Sangha. Rob and some of the folks, young adults, 18 to 35, are coming together at 1 p.m. today in Classroom C, which is upstairs, to explore the opportunities that young adults can have to access the Dharma that is unique to them and that age group. And so the Wake Up group will be meeting at 1 today upstairs. And then also the first Sunday of every month is Helping Hands. There are blue bags that will be set out in the lobby that are filled with granola bars, water, warm socks, sometimes gloves, tissues, toothpaste, various items to help folks that might be experiencing homelessness. So please take one of those bags with you, and you can, as you move around the city, if you find a person, please give them that bag. And then also we have an introductory workshop coming up. Oh gosh, I forgot to put the date on there. Sorry. Soon there's a Tai Chi Cha workshop coming up. It's just a one-time thing where you visit, because we've discovered as we have advertised Tai Chi Cha that a lot of people haven't come because they don't know what it is. So you will not be learning any defense techniques or attack techniques. Tai Chi Cha is about contemplative movement. It is a supplement to your meditation practice on the cushion. And then also coming up is our New Year's retreat, which is beginning December 29th through the 1st. It's a 4-day online retreat. But I do want to let you know that we have already started planning for a residential retreat this spring. So we'll be back together, sequestered in a residential setting for a 4 to 5 day retreat. And then finally, we offer many wonderful recovery programs here. Dave leads Recovery Dharma Thursday evenings at 7, and there is Buddhism and 12-step recovery each Sunday at 12:30, right down here in the room. Also, one quick note, everybody knows Lindsay, one of our youth and family instructors. And so Lindsay had her baby this week. And so Tiffany, both mama and baby are doing well?
They're doing great.
Awesome. And we're thinking, because baby was born almost on a full moon and a giant eclipse, that she may name her baby Celine. Is that right? Celine Willow. Oh my goodness. So we have a new member of our Sangha. And so there is a little box out front with a picture. There's also a little scanning code. If you feel in your heart to put a little something in the box to help Lindsay and Celine Willow, or you can also just use your phone to scan it. It'll take you right to her registry. We would, and I know that Lindsay and baby Celine would certainly appreciate anything, as they are going through kind of difficult times right now. So again, everybody, oh, I forgot to mention, some of you are asking about this. Sitting up here on the little altar. This was a gift to me for my continuation day. It is a meditating Sasquatch. And so as soon as people found out what it was, there was a lengthy flow of jokes. I'm holding this up because I see that Eric is zooming in for the folks out there in the Sangha. So we discovered that it is basically a Medi-Yeti, or he is experiencing yetitation. As Dave put it, he is squatching the monkey mind. So, that's the closest we have to a drum roll, I see. So I will put that out there. Again, thank you all so much as you go into your day. Peace and blessings, and go Chiefs. I have to over-enunciate so you don't think I'm saying goat cheese.